Hey guys! As you know, we can't choose where we were born, but we can choose where we live. It's hard to decide where we should live, in the countryside or in the city. It's quite clear that living in the countryside and the city have own advantages and disadvantages. So in this video, I'm gonna discuss about I'm gonna discuss both sides in terms of environment and the people. Firstly, I'm gonna show you some positive aspects of living in the countryside. Starting with the environment. I'm extremely interested in living in the countryside, where it's dusty and there is no traffic jam. The atmosphere is fresh and peaceful. There are plenty of plants, rivers, paddy fields, and so on, which bring me relaxed and comfortable. Besides, we can avoid the noise of vehicles, as well as smoke from motorbikes, car, bus, truck, and so on. It's not a great environment, but also very good for us. Okay, moving to the next positive aspects. I'm gonna present about the people living in rural areas. The locals in the countryside are absolutely friendly and hospitable. They smile a lot and always get ready to give you hands when your house has a wedding parties, or give you small thing like a piece of jackfruit, vegetable, a mango, and so on. You know, on Lunar New Year in my hometown, our neighbors making cake, our neighbors making cake, keep pick, and enjoy party together. I gotta say, it's so amazing. It's not only social but also very fantastic. Next part is about other benefits. Food, for example, the food in the countryside is fresher and cleaner than in the city, as the farmers sell fresh produces. For family, their grandparents take care of your little kids. Otherwise, living in the countryside has some bad points. You gotta mind. Life in the countryside is nice, but sometimes you find a little bit boring. There are not much nightlife, and sometimes it feels cut off from the wider world. Okay, well, I have just told you about the advantages and disadvantages of living in rural areas. And right now, let me turn to the negative aspects as well as positive aspects of living in the city. Firstly, let's look at the drawbacks. In the city, there are a bunch of problems we gotta face with, such as unemployment, crime, and poverty. Traffic jam is terrible. As you can see, there are lots of means of transportation on the road. It's such a nightmare to drive in the city during rush hour, bumper to bumper even at midnight. Moreover, traffic leads to pollution. It's dusty and dirty on the road, so you gotta wear mask whenever hanging out. There are many traffic accidents every day and the noise never stops. Okay, one of the big worry that the cost of living in the city is much higher than in the countryside. You gotta mind about the price of goods, food, electric bill, entertainment. That can be quite stressful because you always think about how to make ends meet. In my view, if you live in the city, you may not know your neighbor who they are, and just some people break the ice and smile at you. That that can be quite. You will feel a little bit bored and lonely. They are always in hurry, busy, and out of times. Okay, on the other hand, the city has own positive. The city has own good points for you. I gotta say, what are fascinating for opportunities from like getting a job, seeing a job, or going to school, or like going to school like universities. Children can get a good education. There are many better schools than the rural areas, as well as libraries. Especially, here's an ideal place for your here's ideal place for entertainment. It's easy and quick to find a good restaurant, cinema, theater, coffee shop, shopping mall, clubs, hospital, bookstore. For example, if you love history, Hanoi will be amazing place for you to discover. You can visit Temple of Literature, Hỏa Lò Prison, Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, Hoàn Kiếm Lake, West Lake. Okay, if sport is your cup of tea, you could also say you could also spend time to practice favorite sport, a swimming pool, or gym hall, or tennis court. A lot of people move there for those conveniences. As far as I'm concerned, both countryside and city has good points and bad points. So which place is better to live? Actually, it's up to you, as well as you will be happy, right? You will be happy, right? Personally, I prefer living in the countryside. Personally, I prefer living in the city than the countryside. Where such a rich culture and there are always something interesting going on. Hanoi is a real 24-hour. I can meet people from all over the world and learn much new things. Living in the countryside, living in the city suits me. How about you? Are you willing to get left on your favorite place that you want to live in the future or at this moment? Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.